This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Warriors Legends of Troy. In the last episode, we played as Ajax as we took over the city of Tebes or Tebes or something for Agamemnon. But we found out that Agamemnon, whatever, the king does not respect the gods in a certain way. Will that come back to bite us? Well, for now, we switch back over to Achilles as we see what he's been doing the last 9 years. Man, quite a big jump, but back in the day, you couldn't just win wars in a couple of weeks with some atom bombs or whatever it was. Obviously, wars are a lot more complicated these days, but you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, it took a while back in the day because you had to walk everywhere. Anyway, let's check back on Achilles and the episode of Plague. A plague strikes the Greek army, and Achilles journeys to the temple of Apollo to find the cause. Last time we saw him, he had taken a spunky young woman for his own. I don't know what happened with that, but we'll see.
A shrill
that probably doesn't
cry
matter
rose
anymore.
from the Greek camp. The plague! The plague! Panic spread like wildfire. Men woke up to find the cursed blemish on their skin. Where before they stood with comrades, the afflicted were banished outside the camp to wait for death to end their misery. The council entrusted Achilles and Patroklos to seek out a reason for the curse. Their only hope was to journey to the temple of divine Apollo and beg for mercy, for answers, for deliverance.
On their way, Achilles' mother, Thetis, nymph of the seas, came to her son. She warned him that he should not harm Troilos, the youngest Trojan prince, should he encounter him on his journey. Prince Troilos, warned Thetis, was a favored of Apollo, and killing him would incur the wrath of the gods. Was it pride? Was it arrogance? Or was it pure folly that drove Achilles to ignore his mother's warning and declare that no fate, no god on Mount Olympus could keep him from what he had already resolved to do? The destruction of the House of Priam.
Achilles, do you really believe the answer to this sickness lies in the temple?
Is Apollo not the source of all plagues?
Well, I hope he inspires his priests to be generous with their answers.
Although with you rejecting your mom's pleas about killing the youngest prince of Troy, which I thought Paris was the youngest prince of Troy.
Consider changing our direction.
All right, whatever. Oh, wow, this map's huge. Well, I guess. Actually, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big. Nah, whatever. Just got a little excited there for a second. I was like, "Ooh," but no, it's probably not that bad. Yeah, yeah. If I remember correctly, I mentioned this before. I think Achilles does have a huge pride streak about him. Yeah, sure, if you say so. Challenge, pain, suffering. Although I do like playing as Achilles, mainly because usually he seems like the middle character, like he whoop. Yeah, I've started just learning to just take mid weapons and just, if I'm not gonna really use them, just throw them at people. That seems to be a bit more effective use on certain ones, because you get so many. It's just like, yeah, just use them to insta kill certain dudes. Although I do quite a bit of damage just with my normal attacks, but well, unless I throw them in a weird arc for some reason. Well, unless I got a shield, then it's not gonna work. I've noticed usually the quick attack, like a couple of quick attacks in a heavy or focused whatever, usually tends to get my character to kind of side sweep multiple characters.
Ahead.
That would explain why we were not warned.
Yeah, so these guys weren't warned that they were fighting the mighty Achilles, yeah. So good thing we don't have to worry about Heracles in this. Otherwise, we'd be screwed. Now, who'd win a fight, Heracles or Isn't Heracles supposed to be the Roman pronunciation of him, and Hercules is like the Greek? Or am I mixing it up? Maybe Hercules is the Roman version, and Heracles is the Greek version. Sure, whatever you say. Oh wow, huh. Guy really looking to get a quick shot on him. He's like, stepped into, whoa! I'm dead. Alright, so I'm take on these nuts. Ooh, nice. Maybe we should get that ability that makes it easier to, there's like an ability you can get that, or item you can equip that, reduces the strength of, shields quicker. Maybe I should look into that. I bought a bunch of, like, off-screen, I bought a bunch of items that do make my quick attacks stronger. Because I tend to frequently do that one a lot. So, oh yeah, off-screen I tried finishing the objectives for Ajax's story, but I seem to have a bit of trouble killing the guy in like a minute. So I'm gonna come back later when I've earned like a bunch of money and maybe beefed up my like quick attacks or strong attacks or something. So that maybe I could come back at a later day with the upgraded Ajax, and we might be able to do that then. So, I mean, I guess I don't have to do it, but you know, I'd at least like to complete the stuff that you would normally do throughout the game through like a through just general play. So, I mean, I guess I'm not really showing it either way, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I just like to mention what I'm trying to do, or if I end up getting a certain weapon or equipment in my build off screen, you know, I'd like to know where to get. But really, there's come back here. Aw, man. All right, I should have grabbed one of those weapons and just thrown it at him. Oh well. Yeah, we'll say this one seems to be more focused. There's like no extra allies or anything. Just the guy's name that starts with a P because I have trouble pronouncing any of these Greek words. Or would it be Greek would be the words, or would they be Latin because of the language, or I don't know. What? Alright, I'm just gonna let him run. Huh! Oh man. Kind of reminds me of a scene from a show called, or online, or I guess you could get it online. Or it was called The Gamers. It was like a.
The others, they've been captured.
Achilles, additional men would be useful in taking the temple.
Well, maybe we should just skip them because they're losers. No, we'll help them out. Yeah, it'd be helpful to have more people to take the damage, you know. What was I gonna say? Yeah, are you gonna help us, dude? Or are you just gonna go really slow? Gonna go really slow. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's probably about time to activate Fury again. I always keep wanting to save Fury for like that one fight or a group of enemies, but it never comes because I want to keep hoarding it. You know, I'm like, oh, these guys are easy. Yeah, I won't use it yet. You know, I'll use it here in a second. And I still don't use it. Huh, take that. Oh, another guy running away. Ha ha! Oh, yeah, like I do like doing that. It's pretty fun. Does that make me a bad person that I like doing crap like that in video games? Am I a masochist? What word did they call it? A masochist? Every time I hear that word, I always think of the English dub of Tenchi Muyo, the original, the OVA that they did a long time ago. I wonder if have I ever talked about that show? I think I might have mentioned it in a couple of recordings over the years. I mean, I have been, at least by the time of this recording, I have been doing this for like 6 years or something like that. And yeah, there's people who've been doing it a lot longer than I have, or more consistently, or ooh, oh man. All right, Achilles, a little wild in that one. He just like jump cut that guy. Is there any reason to go back this way? I mean, the game's telling me to go this way, to go south, but this one might be. Oh, okay, here we go. Capture the lake camp, huh? All right. I was wondering if I should go back and. Yeah, some secondary quests just like kind of pop up, and then some you have to look for, and then some you have to like go like in a weird way to get it, like the Amazon one where you had to like attack the village from behind to activate the them, which was kind of, I think that was kind of decent. To have them activate differently than just walking into the level, that type of thing. Alright, almost got these guys. That's what you get for hiding behind your shield, jerk. Oh, and I could have activated my frickin' Fury. Alright, I'm gonna promise myself to use on the next group. I assume I don't really need to go back this way because there's nothing. Yeah, nothing's activating. Okay. Let's go back and save our dude. So that's one objective.
He must be a favorite of Priam.
We mustn't let him wait.
I assume the reason Achilles just rejected his mother so much is, well, I mean, the game explained is that just his hatred. Why does he hate Priam so much? Is it because just the... Oh, I was gonna do that. Is it because, I mean, what did Priam do to him specifically? I know a lot of these guys are doing it because they made an oath that Odysseus convinced everyone to do, which the only reason he did that is so he could get some poon of himself. You know, so it doesn't mean Odysseus was like this, you know, kindly man. He was just wanting to get some action of his own. So. Captain. But it's kind of weird how honor or promises, at least in the olden days, could affect so much, you know. Which is weird, like, because a lot of people don't even keep their promise these days. Yeah, back in the day, you would think like older civilizations or what we would consider to be barbaric, you know, civilizations kept their promises, and if you had your word, that was a bigger deal than to people in that day. Like that was like one of the few things they're like, oh, you don't break your word, that type of thing. So, where was I gonna go with this? Oh yeah, it's just like that's how like World War I got so bad, you know, because one country had like a pledge for another to help them in times of trouble, and then that country they attacked their allies who had pledged to help, they came in, and then all of a sudden the whole world's just like fighting each other because they all made promises, little extreme promises, but they still made them. But nowadays people make promises, but they don't.
Join us. We will assault the hill ahead.
Yeah, I'll need the help, even though in the fight he Achilles. But nowadays people make promises to help, but then they don't actually fully follow through with it because of like, oh, will this help us or hurt us politically, or will this one country think we're bad? And it's interesting. I don't know why I think I just brought it up because I saw some interesting parallels and all that. So, and Achilles just hating Priam so much that he would ignore advice from his mom, who, you know, you think you would respect your mom, dearest. I mean, I thought someone just randomly killed the dude. I mean, that's what Mr. T taught me, right? You gotta respect your mama.
Can your mother see our fates?
Does anyone remember?
You choose to believe in.
You sound like an oracle. Words with no answers.
Depends on the question.
Well, like most oracles, they never tell you the full truth because that would just ruin the surprise of the story. Or when you talk to elves in fantasy, they usually tell half-truths, so they're not technically lying, but they're not telling you the full truth either. So it's just kind of the same thing in a lot of weird senses. I still feel like Achilles is still more of a brute, you know. Huh? I don't know why I just like doing that. Alright, looks like we've got... Looks like sorry, I'm making noise in the background there, just adjusting my chair around, so... I wonder if we've just got the 2 objectives. Unfortunately, I won't find out until I actually beat the level, and then we'll see if the... I guess technically I could just ignore a lot of these guys and not even finish them off. But, you know, it gives me extra money so I can save up for the big purchases near the end of the game where they have like $10,000 Cleos cost for certain items and abilities. Which maybe I should save my money to purchase the next upgrade in the grid so I can afford more cooler. Oh, here we go. This is a good place to activate Fury. Just because we've got a billion dudes here. Yeah, just Fury, the rage of Ares, the god of war, or Kratos, depending on the universe you're talking about. Yeah. All right, if we can throw that at you, you can. Doesn't do as much damage, but I gotta remember to, like, when I'm fighting bosses or guys like these, I need to focus so I can actually. There we go. Because I tend to, whoa, that's a bit weird on camera. That way I don't get confused when I'm, like, you know, swinging my sword all willy-nilly. All willy-nilly, you say? Alright. Just like throwing that at people. It's like there's so many swords here, it's just like, why not, you know? You know, I've noticed sometimes every once in a while I'll notice military captains keep appearing, so I wonder if certain, like, character types just, like, respawn after a while. Like if you leave an area or something like that. Maybe it just depends on the area, like the level or something like that. Yeah, I should probably let my the AI deal with these guys. Otherwise, this episode's gonna take forever if we fight every single military captain. Actually, I'll kill the military captains, but I'll try to avoid the dudes themselves. Because usually the dudes will lose, like, I was about to say, I was hoping there would at least be money here. Let's see. Might go forward just to see if there's any side stuff that way. Or objectives, I mean. Yeah, usually if you kill the military captains, it usually weakens their morale. So usually your AI companions can take them out a bit easier. There is an item you can get that gives your AI companions, like, they take less damage and they also can give more damage or something like that. Might be something to consider for certain maps, depending. The only problem is that you can't really. Well, I guess you could just quit the map if you know what happens, but you know what I mean. There's no way to really predict, like, where you really need it, so you almost save those for almost like redos or higher difficulties, you know. Maybe that's the point of those, is that, you know, you play the game like maybe on normal or easy mode, and then you and then you go through again at higher difficulties, and then you equip, like, the right I guess there is a. See, I've already done, like, 2 objectives. I wonder if there's really any more to really. Let's grab a spear. Yeah, we'll see. The for some reason I thought every area would only have, like, maybe like 2 or 3 objectives, but after the Amazon one where it had 4, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a bit more than I expected. See, I assume back here is just gonna be money. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, let's see. Okay, so we can just go forward now because there's nothing else to really. Maybe we have hit all the. Let's see, what does the objectives thing say? And it says 2, but that doesn't mean anything. Although from the way that the UI is designed, when you go in there and check in the objectives, I assume 4 objectives are the most you can get on any map. Yeah, that's the sad thing, is that if you can read UIs you can figure out, like, certain things about the game or possible secrets or whatever. There have been a couple RPGs where, you know, you can get certain characters to join your team, and when you count, like, the UI and you figure, you kind of put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, you're gonna get this many characters, like, so there's a little spoil there. I won't mention what spoilers in what games, because, you know, play it yourself, but there was a couple I was like, oh, I see what's happening here. Although you could chalk it up to understanding certain story elements and ticks, and you're like, yep, I see. Yep. Yeah, I mean, got more prets. Oh, you're talking about we're talking to the Brood, right? I am the Brood squad. Man, if you get lucky, you can take these guys out like really bad. Let's see, where's... That one just takes us like right next to that previous area from before, so... Okay. Yeah, we can leave well enough alone there. Time to go after the Prince. So what's this way? As we'll see.
I think we're lost. We should consider changing our
never mind
direction.
then. I can't go that way. It's kind of funny how certain characters will be the one to say we're lost, and others will have the companions do it.
Let's meet this blessed of the gods.
No, it's that one dude that our mom told us about. And let me guess, we're gonna kill him.
Patroclus!
Like that's a
Go
surprise.
find the High Priest! I will deal with this son of Priam.
You do know your mom told you not to fight him, right? And kill him, or at least not kill him. But let me guess, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna follow the words of your mother, even though your mom is supposed to be awesome. Whoa!
How does it
What
feel
the?
to suffer his wrath?
Oh. Oh, he poisoned us or something. Or he or whatever you want to call it when you like, well, maybe like semi-blinded us or something. I don't know. Well, I wonder if he'll do anything again because of. Okay. A little better. I would say I'm still perfect. Oh, I didn't even use fairy.
I am here, Apollo!
You dare to enter my temple and kill a beloved son of Troy at my feet? You may be the son of one divine, but you are a mortal.
Well, now it looks like we have our first. Looks like we have our first god boss, or whatever you want to call him. God beast. Yeah. Woo. Okay. So looks like we'll have to fight dudes at the same time. Uh-oh. Now, despite his size, it'll probably be better for me. Ow! Hey, don't kick me, dude. Yeah, I saw an item, which I guess would have been a spoiler for a possible thing in the game. You see me rolling it. What? What? Right? I'm riding dirty. Is that what you're saying, game? Am I riding? I'm riding dirty. I'm riding dirty, or whatever the Weird Al version. I prefer the Weird Al version. That's not personally. White nerdy. That's it. I'm white nerdy. I'm white nerdy. Because that's how I remember. God, this guy's kind of easy. Just get under his legs and glitch him out. Haha, Apollo, you're. Oh, there we go. Oh, I was like. Oh, we got multiple. Oh, we got multiple forms. Okay. Huh. The statue of. Wait, did he just fart at me? So we got the statue of Apollo. Whoops. Ah, that's really didn't dodge well enough, did it? I assume that trophy I got was for how many times, or like how many times you dodge out of an attack, like whatever. Ah, that's. Yeah, it's not like Dark Souls, where if you dodge correctly, you're completely invulnerable. You just have to actually get out of the range of the item. This guy isn't too hard, though. I think it's just because of how lumbering he is. I assume it's supposed to be hard if you, because of, well, I'm not going to avoid every single thing. Because of the enemies that you have to fight, too. So. Yeah, just keep. Although maybe it's because I mean, my quick attack isn't maxed out, but I did put a lot of items into it, so maybe that's why this guy seems to be easier. Any more forms? I was gonna hold off on commentary, but I was like, right, I'm cowboy. I was trying to focus on the QT, but the QTs are so easy that I'm glad that they're easy, because if you've ever watched some of my other playthroughs, you know I hate QTs with like a passion. Am I supposed to attack him? Oh, nope, I messed up there. Nuts. I was pressing buttons to see, like, check something, and I accidentally messed up while I was on the X part, so that's my bad. That's not the game's fault in that, so whoops. Oh well. What can you do? Ow! Oh, holy crap! So that's what happens when you get hit. Yeah, I screwed up on the X. Like I said, it's not that hard. It's just I messed up. Alright, can we try again? I think it's because I thought maybe I was supposed to, like, press another button or something like that, like actually attack him. But from this point forward, I'm just gonna watch the button prompts, you know. But like I said, I was dicking around earlier with that. So I mean, I kind of wish we didn't have these QTs, because I really don't like QTs. But whatever. Oh man, we're really ripping him a new one, aren't you? Yeah, I don't know if on the expert modes it gets more difficult on the QTs. I really doubt it. Usually the only things that change on hard difficulty are like HP and how much damage they do and all that. So, all right, Achilles can even beat God-made machines. Deus Ex Machina.
You seek is yours. I bestow it upon you, far beyond what any son of man has ever seen or will see. All you must do is learn its cost.
Achilles, thank the gods you're alive.
Have you found the priest?
He's in the courtyard.
The source of this plague is you, High King. And it can be stopped by returning the daughter of this priest.
Agamemnon, no one thinks that you should be denied the spoils of war. But the priest answers to Apollo, and to refuse him is an insult to the god.
Return the girl, Agamemnon!
I will return the girl. But if I must return her, then I shall claim another as my prize. It is my right. Odysseus, Ajax, take the girl from my tent, and give her back to this priest of Apollo. But when you are done, go to the tents of Achilles, and bring Briseis back to me.
I should take your life, not kiss your feet!
Very well, then. Take my woman away from me. But I will never again fight for you, even when the Trojans have their sharpened bronze at your throat.
May the wrath of the gods descend upon you all, and curse your offspring in eternity!
Man, I kind of feel bad for that girl, because she's basically being tossed around like a thing of meat. You know, like, she hated Achilles, so it's not like she wanted to be with him anyway. You know, he's just like, she's mine, and then the Agamemnon's like, well, I get her then because because I need a lady, even though apparently he can't get it up or do it himself. So she keep getting passed around. She's like, fuck you all. Which I would say that too if that happened to me. I would be like, fuck you. So, oh well. Anyway, looks like Agamemnon is pissed off Achilles, so he's basically left the army. So that's going to be a big chunk of their DPS gone. So we'll see how they deal with that. So, all right. Yeah, get more artwork, new items, and so forth and so on. That one was a little bit of a long episode, but yeah, sometimes it's best to get those out of the way. So, all right. Well, anyway, with that out of the way, it's time to switch back to the Trojans and see how they're doing during the 9-year war. It seems like the Greeks are having their own problems, but they're still taking over everywhere around. So how are the Trojans surviving with that lack of food? We'll find out some answer next time in the next episode when we play champion as Hector again. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.